Welcome back to Law Nexus, everyone. Today we dive into a courtroom drama where justice teeters on a knife's edge. A man faces a serious felony, and the room is thick with tension. But the outcome might shock you more than you expect.
Just I've got my stuff. I've already dismissed. There was two of them, and I dismissed one of them outright. You ever dismissed them?
On Richards.
Just follow them on Richard.
It's already been dismissed, it looks like, because it's not on the docket. Good morning, sir. You're Willie Richards. Mr. Richards, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child by sexual contact. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No,
No, I just had a couple questions.
Okay.
In regards to the supervision plan, Mr. Richards, he plays the drums at his church every Sunday. Does that need to cease, or clarification so he's not in violation?
At a regular service or something specifically with regard to kids or?
At regular church service on Sunday.
if they get to it.
The guitar, I'm sorry. Guitar.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that in a second. Anything else that you want?
And the polygraph, we were just wondering what that was.
That's part of probation for any sex offender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That was it.
that is to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to and not doing what they're not supposed to be doing. I'm assuming, Mr. Hoffpower, that you've visited with the family, and I would think that
There is a, if you read the order, there is a restraining order for the complex which occurred.
Right.
And it's in place.
Well, and I would think that somewhat the special needs of the victim is why this offer
Right.
was made.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Mr. Richards, you're 60?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, what you did was ridiculously
Yes.
terrible to a young girl that already has her own set of issues. All right. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney's office and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine, and you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That includes obviously being on the sex offender caseload, following all of those recommendations. I will allow you to play in the band at church. You are, however, specifically ordered, and part of your probation is you cannot be alone with any child under the age of 18. Period, ever, never. Do you understand? You obviously cannot be on the premises of the Carlisle apartments. You can't be anywhere near or have any contact or communication with the victim in this case as well. If you do everything you're supposed to, get the treatment that you're supposed to get, make sure that you're doing all of that, then this is an incredible opportunity because you do not have this conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case is dismissed and you will never have this conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you will be brought back into court, you will be found guilty, and then I can sentence you to prison anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yes.
You've got Daryl Spencer.
In simple terms, this case is about a man convicted of a serious crime against a child who is given probation instead of prison. The court carefully balances punishment, rehabilitation, and safety measures for the victim. It's a story of justice, second chances, and the fragile line between law and morality. If you found this story gripping, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Law Nexus. We bring you the most intense courtroom dramas and legal mysteries every week.